Adar, Gimel Adar, marks the Hilula of a really great Syrian-born rabbi. His name was Rabbi Yakov Monsa, Zecher Tzadik Libracha, one of the great rabbis of his time. His father actually was Rabbi Yosef Monsa, another very famous rabbi we've spoken about before on various occasions before. Now, he was born in Damascus, in Assyria, I believe in Hebrew year, Hey Taf Reish Memsvit, really, really great rabbi. He would become a Talmid of the famous rabbi who's spoken about on various occasions before, Rabbi Chaim Shol HaKohen Dweck, another great rabbi, one of the famous rabbis, Kabbalists of the 1800s respectively in of itself. Now, what's interesting is that he would move to Eretz Israel and he would live in Jerusalem, Jerusalem being one of the four holy cities of Israel, along with Tiberias, Hebron, and Tzfat respectively. All the night was reported over Machatzot at Ora Boket Lamad. He would learn Torah with Rabbi Shaul Cohen Dweck. Really great student, star student, let's just say, in of itself. In fact, I believe it was said about Rabbi Yakov, if I did not come here just to teach Rabbi Yakov, the Torah Tanistar and the Kabbanot wasn't at the same, let's just say, in of itself. That's what actually was written, I believe, at a later stage, I think, by the great rabbi, by his teacher. So we can say more with regards to him. He would become the Rosh Yeshiva, I believe, but he would learn under Rav Cohen Dweck, and also within regards to the Siddur of the Rosh Hashanah, Rav Shalom Sharabi, the Kavanot within regards to Tefillot, and he would stand as the Rosh Yeshiva of the McCobalim, ושלום, which we've spoken about before. This was in the Bukharian neighborhood in Jerusalem, a very area we visited on this channel beforehand, which I recommend everyone to visit nowadays if you happen to be in Jerusalem. And it was reported over he was accustomed to open the ark in the tefillah of Mincha, of Shabbat in of itself, and with regards to the Yichudim, with the Kavanot of the tefillah, and really, really pray for the whole of Am Yisrael, whole of Klal Yisrael also. At a later stage, Rav Salmon Mutzaf, another great rabbi we've spoken about before, would actually make Aliyah to Eretz Israel, and they would learn together, once again with the Kavanot and the Yehudim, the whole night inside their place, and with regards to Daven Tikkun Hatzot and Beit Knesset and Mekubalim of the synagogue called the Emet ושלום, very, very famous synagogue, a Kabbalistic yeshiva, synagogue in of itself, I believe, in Eretz Israel, and they would learn the Sefer Etz Chaim, also as a chavruta. I believe in the famous Yeshivat Nahar Shalom, which was, I think, one of the founders was Rabbi Mordechai Shrabi, one of the famous rabbis of Israel. It's actually situated in Nachal Od Yeshiva Nahar Shalom. I think there will be until the Chatzot Hayom, it was reported over, and they learn various different sivanim on different subjects, and they were Torah topics in of itself. I think they were really, really much embraced and immersed inside the Torah. It was actually, he was accustomed to give the signature Tzvi Yaakov Yosef, or Rav Yakov Yosef Nusa. Interesting enough, I think in the Beit Knesset of Emet Shalom in of itself, they passed away, I believe, in the Hebrew year Hey Tav Shin Yud Dalet, I believe he passed away, the great Chacham did. And I believe he was buried, obviously, in Israel, because he spent the latter years of his life in Israel. Now, he would get married to Rabbanit Rachel. He'd have various great rabbinic sons, including Rab Abram, Rab Eli, Rab Yehuda, and Rab Yosef, Rab Yitzchak, and Rab Moshe. Among his daughters was Rabbanit Lavana, Rabbanit Eliza, Rabbanit Penina. I believe her husband happened to be Rabbi Moshe Tzadka, famous rabbi, I think Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshiva Porat Yosef, and Rabbanit Shlomit, who I believe her husband, Rabbi Yitzchak Shalom Sofer, another great rabbi, and Rabbanit Simchas, really great descendants he left. Among his Talmidim was Rabbi Yochanan Janinan, another great rabbi, and famous Rabbi Solomon Mutzafi. Naturally, when Rav Solomon Mutzafi came to Eretz Israel, they would learn together and study together. Rav Solomon Mutzafi, naturally being the father of Rabbi Benson Mutzafi, arguably one of the greatest rabbis in the world here in modern day. It's actually, many of his letters are still circulated in of itself. Excellent writings in of itself. I think it was he was, naturally, as we said before, Rabbi Yakov Yosef Monsa was born obviously in Damascus and passed away naturally in Jerusalem. He founded, reported over, the Yeshiva Yagdil Torah. This was a famous yeshiva, I believe, in Syria, in Damascus. This was, and he was one of the famous students of Rabbi Shaul Kohen, and much more can be said within regards to him. And obviously he was a rabbi of the famous Makubal student, Rav Salman Mutsavi. And his life story, I think, is in the book, the B'dei Et Avraham, which I think his son, Rabbi Avram Monsa, would actually put together this great book in which I recommend everyone to learn. So Gimel Adar, the 3rd of Adar, happens to be his Hilula of the great Rabbi. Please don't get to light candles in the great Rabbi's memory. Friends of our community here, we're learning about the great Rabbis of yesteryear. If you happen to be related to any of the great Chachamim we're speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. And if you feel anyone would be interested in watching any of these videos on the great Oriental rabbis of yesteryear, please share the videos to other people. I'm recording this live just in Johnny, right next to Bnei Brak. Wishing you blessings here from Israel, and take care and be well.